you expect from Wise Central? Well, an offensive attack that'll run half-court sets but can also push when needed. They're going to try to own the boards. They've got some pretty tall posts to go right with Savetnik. Callie Mullins comes in to replace her every now and then. She's just a freshman. She's 5'10", so we'll probably see her quite a bit this afternoon, and they'll try to open up some things on the perimeter after they go inside early and really try to just get you out of rhythm defensively. And with the Bearcats pressing them, they'll just try to dirty up the game a little bit as they try to get it down the floor. And for Wise Central, here's a unique fact. Been in the state tournament 5 of 7 years in the school's existence, and they're 10-1 all time in the state tournament. That's very impressive. Tim Hayes from the Bristol Herald Courier gave us that stat, and that's definitely a dominant stat and shows where they've come here at Wise Central since the school has started. They've just been a dominant force in girls basketball here in Region 2D. Only 2 losses this year. They were one at Union, 53-48, and then the other one against Ridgeview in the Mountain 7 Tournament Championship, 49-36. So they do have a common opponent other than each other. The Cats beat Ridgeview in the Region 2D quarterfinals here just last week. Last year they went 26-4, Wise Central did, and Coach Dotson won his 4th state title, 3rd at Wise Central. Let's take a look at the history between these two teams. They've met 6 times. Wise Central, a 5-1 all-time record. Wise has won the last 5. The lone win for Virginia High it was 51-49, and it came in their first meeting on February 23rd, 2011. So it's been a little while since these two teams had met coming into this season, but getting pretty familiar with each other, and I'm sure Coach Timmons likes the familiarity with the team that's been so dominant that you're getting to meet them a couple of times in the playoffs. Definitely makes you feel good that you know that things are going all right with your program. Again, the last matchup was the Region 2D Championship. Wise Central won at 56-43. They held the Cats to 14 of 55, just 25% from the floor, and they shot 48% from the floor and drew 20 fouls, went 14 of 19 from the free throw line, while the Cats went to the line 14 times and made 8 shots from there. Game was tied 27-27 at half, and then the Cats slowed down offensively, couldn't get anything going against Wise Central. 1 for 15 from the floor in the third quarter, only scored 3 points. Wise led by 11 going into the fourth. They ended up winning by 13. In the other categories from that game, Central out-rebounded the Cats 38-31, and the Cats shot 7 of 25 for 3, so it took a lot of threes. Wise shot just 6 threes, made 2 of them. Bearcats led for a total of 5 minutes. Central 23 minutes, 32 seconds, and the game was tied for 3.5 minutes. So we had 4 ties, 5 lead changes, and again, the majority of those happening in the second half or in the first half of the game. Here's the big stat from the last game against the Cats, against Wise Central for the Cats. Central outscored Virginia High in the paint 36-12. So it's going to be a statistic we'll try to keep up with tonight throughout each quarter. And the highest score for the Cats in the last meeting between these two, Amaya Lee had 4 3-pointers. She scored 14. Jada Campbell had 13 points, 2 assists. Taylor Owens, 9.6 boards. And Allie Sidnor, 5 points, 5 boards. Wise Central, Savetnik went 6 for 7 from the floor for 13 points and 8 rebounds. And Brooke Porter and Gracie Mullins combined for 12, while Olivia Mullins had 10 for the Warriors. So a very balanced offensive attack for Wise Central as they're warming up over on the other side. Let's take a look at the impact players for tonight's ball game. Jada Campbell for the Cats, we're going to pinpoint her. 25 points, 4 3-pointers against Chatham there in the state quarterfinals last week. And we'll go to Dee Savetnik for an impact player. 17 points, 15 boards for Martinsville. She's definitely the pivotal player in the post. You've got to box her out if you're the Bearcats tonight. At least win some of those 50-50 balls whenever Savetnik comes down with them. Some key matchups. Watch out for Amaya Lee. Again, the Bearcats steal leader against whichever point brings it up, either Gracie Mullins, Brooke Porter, or Olivia Mullins. About all 3 of them can bring it up the floor. So Amaya try to pickpocket one of those and try to get a turnover that leads to some easy points for the Cats. That's when things really get going for them, whenever the defense creates fast break offense. And then watch out for Kerrigan Bailey in the post, Madison Lockhart and Madison Campbell against Dee Savetnik. We saw Madison Campbell, Madison Lockhart have success against Bree Price from Chatham inside, sort of giving Kerrigan some time to get rested up. Plus, Kerrigan got in foul trouble in that game pretty early, so some big minutes there from the youth on this Bearcat roster whenever Chatham was trying to build a comeback. So let's watch out for that. I think Coach Timmons planning on using those reserves a little more, not leaning on Kerrigan so heavily in this one. We'll see how it works out for the Cats and if they're able to succeed without Kerrigan on the floor if they go that direction. Got 9 minutes to go until we get started in this state semifinal game. We interviewed Coach Timmons before this one. We'll take you out there and let you listen to our interview with him, and then we'll be back to continue the Bearcat Tip-Off Show here from Wise. This is Dylan Hutton along with Coach Kevin Timmons as he and the Lady Bearcats get ready to tip off the state semifinals against Wise Central here at the Pryor Convocation Center in Wise. Coach, first, congratulations on reaching the semifinals, and thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us.
Oh, anytime. We appreciate having you.
And made the trip up. Pretty good, a lot easier trip than to Chatham in that area, wasn't it?
A little more familiar trip.
Try to keep things similar, though. Got Chick-fil-A this trip.
We kind of do almost everything the same. So we went to Chick-fil-A, stopped, ate a good meal, pregame meal, had a great send-off from our community. Middle school kids came out and took care of us today too. It was a great send-off from a great community.
And, Coach, we'll go ahead and start questioning you here for the big game this afternoon. Your Lady Cats are in the Final Four against the Wise Central Warriors. It's an opponent you played just 10 days ago in the region title game. What key moments do you take away from that game, and what did you learn?
The third quarter, we slowed down in third quarter. We weren't great defensively in the third quarter. We was in foul trouble. We found some things on tape that we could do better against them and try to, we missed a ton of shots, and hopefully we can shoot the ball a little bit better tonight.
What do you think you learned from that one?
We learned that we can play with them. I think we learned that, Madison Campbell can give us some good minutes tonight. Hopefully we learned from the other night Madison Lockhart can give us some good minutes. We might need to go a little deeper in the bench tonight.
So Friday you faced Chatham, and in that Chatham team you faced size and talent in the low post with Bree Price, and you held her to just 4 points in the second half. She had 17 in the first half, I believe, somewhere along that. How did the adjustments you made in the second half of that game affect your team's strategy against Dee Savetnik tonight for the Warriors? It's confidence and strategy.
I think we're going to try to do a little bit of the same. We're just try to our girls. I think they learn. Dee is a little different than Bree. Bree's a little bit more mobile. She does a lot more things from the high post. Dee does a lot from the low post. But we did see on tape where we can find our niche and help the post a little more than we have the first time we played them.
And we've seen, of course, big minutes out of that core, that backup reserve group in the last game. Not just talking about Wise Central, but like you said, against Chatham in the big one on Friday.
Yeah, they gave us good minutes. They gave us good minutes, good quality minutes, and hopefully they can do that tonight. We're going to be looking for them early, to keep Kerrigan out of foul trouble, keep her well rested, full of a bunch of energy that we need out of her, and so those young girls are going to get everything they want tonight.
So this is the matchup you wanted. You said that playing Wise Central, this team, and getting to Richmond that way would be the way to earn it.
To be the best, you got to say you beat the best. And, they're the best team in our area. They're the best team in the state. They're the defending state champs. I'm a big believer. You can't call yourself the best if you didn't play the best. And we're getting a chance at the best. They have a great program. Something that we want our program to be something like here in the next couple of years. And you as a competitor, you gotta want this game. I'm the biggest competitor there is, and I compete with my little boy at night before we go to bed. I gotta win rock paper scissors before we go to bed. Can't go to bed a loser, so we're gonna try to compete against the best today and show that we can play.
Yep. And Coach, we did talk about those backups a little bit, but let's sort of keep on talking about that same thread. Lauren De Leon and those low post results, Madison, Lockhart, and Campbell. How much of a factor will the three of them play? We talked about Lockhart and Campbell, but what about Lauren?
Lauren's got to give us some stuff off the bench tonight. We're at our best when she gives us about 3 or 4 points, and she's got to give us a big ton of energy defensively tonight. She's got to go get us some energy.
And what position battle do you feel like is going to determine this game as far as between what position group?
I think, if our post can handle their post, it would be great. I think it's just going to be an all-out team game. Both teams are well balanced, and hopefully we can get them to both teams to compete a good game, and the better team will win tonight.
We'll do a couple more here real quick for you, Coach. I'm trying to get somebody's attention. You want to yell out real quick? Just trying to get Coach Lee's attention here. And get them out here and get ready to get warmed up. But, Coach, a couple more questions here. What will be the last thing you will tell the girls in the locker room before this state semifinal?
There is no pressure. They're the underdog, not supposed to be here, but it's time. Being the underdog and not supposed to be here doesn't mean you don't deserve it. So if it's important to you, you'll find a way to go get it done. This is just the second step of our three-game business trip, and hopefully we can get through the second step.
All right, final one here. Keys to tonight's game.
Keys to tonight's game, pushing the tempo offensively, staying solid defensively, moving. We were looking at it. I think we're almost undefeated every time we take more than 2 charges a game. So, we want to put our bodies on the line, put our bodies in front of them, and hopefully come out on top tonight. Just come out to compete. Don't let the moment get the best of us. Rise to the moment.
Well, Coach, good luck, and thanks for talking to us. And we'll have more from the Bearcat Tip-Off Show coming up next here on Bearcat Radio.
All right, thank you for having me.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Tip-Off Show. Again, Dylan Hutton here with you. Nate Graybill doing the stats for us tonight. We thank him for coming out here and helping me out on this solo broadcast. We got 2:45 on the clock before we get this one going. Let's go to our keys to the game. You heard Coach Timmons. Here's ours. Rebounds for the Cats. You got to limit Wise to 1 shot and box out Savetnik, who, of course, is a double-double machine. The Bearcats actually out-rebounded Wise Central more with offensive boards in the last game, 15-8. But Wise Central scored 12 points on second chance opportunities, while the Cats just scored 6. So getting that offensive rebound but also putting it back in will be a factor for the Cats. Fast start and consistency. Make shots early like we did against Chatham, and stay on attack by taking high percentage shots. Use the extra pass to get open perimeter looks, and the Cats have been working on corner threes all week, and that really paid off against Chatham. They hit most of those threes were tucked into the corner. And defensively, ride the horse that got you here. Lock in defensively for 4 quarters. Protect the paint. Limit drives for Wise Central. Make them shoot to beat you. And force those turnovers. The Cats forced 17 turnovers against Wise last time. Make things tough on them. Limit those layups. Again, tip-off coming up here in about 1:30 before we get this thing underway. We'll have, of course, the national anthem coming up along with the starting lineups from the Convocation Center. Again, a big matchup tonight and a rematch of the Region 2D Championship. The winner of this one gets Buffalo Gap or George Mason Friday at 6 o'clock here, or in Richmond. Not quite here, a little further up the road there in Richmond. It'll be either Wise Central going for a repeat or the Bearcats jumping into the party and trying to crash it there on Friday night. And Coach Timmons, of course, going to keep everything the same. Got the black jerseys tonight, the Cats do. Orange numbers, white across the front, Virginia. And those Under Armour jerseys, black shorts as well. And for Wise Central, they're going all white. Black across the front, Warriors, black numbers, and red trim with those white uniforms. Again, that C for Wise Central, almost like a Cincinnati Reds logo on their shorts there. So we'll take you out here for the national anthem. We'll be back for tip-off from the state semifinals. Here's the anthem and lineups.
This VHSL Championship semifinal contest is being played through the cooperation of Virginia High School and Central High School and the Virginia High School League. As supporters of the Lady Bearcats and the Lady Warriors and the Virginia High and Central High Schools, you can contribute to our high school game standards by remembering that you represent your school just as definitely as a member of your team. Good sportsmanship is a top priority of the Virginia High School League. The manner in which your school is represented is far more important than wins and losses. Cheer for your team, but respect the other team, fans and game officials. Good sportsmanship is all about respect. Win with humility, lose with grace, and do both with dignity. So conduct yourself as a true sportsman, encouraging through your behavior the practice of good sportsmanship to others. Again, welcome.